everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good night. So I've got a little bit of time. So I thought, hello, Booger. Booger is getting all up in here with me. She wants me to go to bed, but I can't go to bed. I got stuff to do. So I want to sit down tonight and react to a tarot reading by a channel called The Ankle. And this has to do mostly with Amberlynn Reid, but at the end of the reading, there's also kind of a reading for Foodie Beauty as well, as far as what's going on with her. Hello, Booger. You're such a baby. So I watched the reading by The Ankle. Very good reading, by the way, Ankle. And what's interesting is that before I even knew that The Ankle did a reading on Amberlynn Reid and the LCU, I was actually on Discord with a friend. Both of us are tarot readers, and we both did readings for Situation with Amber and the LCU and Keemstar. As you guys know, I did a live tarot reading for y'all just yesterday. And what did the reading say about Keem and Amber and the whole thing? Well, it's going to be nothing short of a disaster. It's going to go horribly wrong, and it won't take long for that to happen. So I did another reading offline while on Discord with a friend. We are both just doing it at the same time. And what's interesting is for the reading, I pulled the Tower card immediately for the situation. And so did the person that I was on Discord with. They also pulled the Tower card, and afterwards I watched the reading by The Ankle, and sure enough, the Tower card came up there too. So isn't it interesting that 3 separate tarot readers all pulled the tarot card for what's going to be happening with Amber and Keemstar in the LCU? Before we get into the reading, though, I would like to offer up my thoughts on all of it. I think that it's going to cause more problems than it solves for the LCU. I think that Amber being on the LCU is like the worst business decision that Keemstar could have ever made. There's so many unforeseen problems, and I think some of the problems have already started to show themselves. The reading that I did on camera and also off, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of nervousness. There's a lot of will she or won't she fulfill her contractual obligations? Will this be good for the LCU? Will this be good for the locale universe? In the long run, the answer is no. My feeling is that it's going to cause problems internally as well as externally. If Keemstar is operating under the thought of she's a locale, I'm going to bring her up on panel, and if that is his way of trying to tap into the girl world money, he's trying to bring girl world into the locale universe, it's not going to go the way that he thinks it will, especially if there's an attitude of we are going to coddle her and we're not going to go in on her. That's going to backfire. And why is it going to backfire? Just because of what the locale universe is. You know, it's the locale universe is a platform where, you know, people are messy. They're very messy. They go at each other, unrestricted, uncensored. So if that is the brand, if that is the energy, then how is it going to work if you bring somebody on and everybody else is being told, don't go in on this person? There's a lot of untouchable areas. If the other hosts are being told, don't go in on her, don't deep dive into her, don't bring up stuff that will upset her because we want to keep her on as long as possible, that changes the vibe and that changes the energy of the LCU. And I think that's going to lead to a lot of problems internally with the other hosts. There might be a feeling of, Why do we even have her here? We can't even talk to her. We can't talk about her. The reading that I did earlier, there's going to be dissension in the ranks. There's going to be a lot of, she's not adding value to the program. She's not up on panel, really participating. She's not adding value to the brand. So why is she even here? Yeah, like the cracks are going to show, and they're going to show quickly. So that's just my thoughts. That it's the gamble that Keemstar is going to be taking on Amber. It's definitely not going to go his way, and it might cost him more than what he gets. Just the other hosts are not going to be happy. The audience is not going to be happy. He's not going to have a direct line into girl world money, which I feel that is his intention. That is his want. Like he's a businessman, and he wants to make money, and he wants to tap into that girl world money, but you're not going to get what you want out of something if you don't handle it the right way. And coddling somebody like Amberlynn Reid, you're definitely not going to get out of it what you want. So those are just my opening thoughts, but I want to go over the reading by the Ankle. The Ankle did this reading and posted it 3 hours ago. So I'm just doing this react now, and I'm going to hold on to it until a little bit later to do it. But I got the time right now to do it. So I'll tell y'all what, like, hi Booger, are you going somewhere? You doing something? You're what are you doing, cat? All right. So let me just go ahead and pull it up. You want to lay down, Booger? Here, lay on my lap. Okay. You're on my lap. Good girl. All right, so my mouse is misbehaving. And I'll give my thoughts as we go, and I will leave a link for the original video down below in the description. And I hope you guys enjoy the react to this tarot reading. And if you want to go check out the Ankle, please do so. Okay. And hope you guys enjoy. Let me just go ahead and blow this up. There we go. Perfect. All right, off we go.
I'm just so fucking done.
So, good day, you guys. Real quick, thank you so much for your well wishes. Feeling much better. It's just like a crazy kind of on a random migraine. I just had to lay down and disconnect, you know what I mean? But thank you for your well wishes. Feeling much, much better. And thank you so much for tuning on in. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, like and subscribe, comment. So, for today, oh gosh. What do I want to do? I knew that we had to do one this week because of the lolcow universe stuff coming up. We need to see how this is going to go for Ambi. So first off, let's do kind of like a couples reading between her and I'm going to do Keemstar actually specifically. I just want to see. All right, universe, show us Amber's signifier. Justice reversed. Ooh, okay. Universe, show us Keemstars. And the moon reversed. All right. So justice is Leaky Lindsay reversed. Every decision is followed by a reaction. Consider the consequences of your choices carefully before deciding to go through with them. Though it may be tempting to take the easy way out, remember that whatever you say or sneeze may come back to haunt you. Justice, when reversed, warns that you could be left with a sticky, tricky, icky mess to deal with if you're not as truthful as you should be. Oh, Ambi. Oh, Ambi. Yeah, the universe clocked in for today. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be like how people have been portraying it to her of like, this is your chance to redeem yourself. Girl, no, I don't think that's what this is.
And I agree with you, Ankle. I don't think that's what this is either. I really don't. Again, this goes back to the LCU brand. What is it known for? It's known for bringing on people who are messy cows, letting them go at each other. They just throwing, virtual spitballs at each other. But there's a whole I want to say, rapport with that crew. Like they all know each other and they go at each other. And even if they don't like each other, they all know each other. And then there's Amber. And I don't get the energy and the feeling that she wants to be part of a crew. Like she's found her group, she's found her people, and she wants to be a part of that. She wants to fit in, she wants to be part of all that. The feeling that Amber has always had is I want to be above everything and everybody. Like she's just too good to be a part of a group. Like she's special. So she's walking into all of that with that attitude of like, I'm not part of the group. I'm outside of the group. I'm special. I'm in the untouchable zone. She's going to be hiding behind Keemstar, saying, going to Keemstar and saying, tell these people not to talk about me and not to bring things up, and just running to him all the time and treating him like a shield. That's going to get old real quick, especially if the expectations that there's a lot of those going around, because I've done other readings on Amber on this ankle. There's a lot of expectations right now. A lot of expectations. There's a lot of expectations that Keemstar has about Amber. There are expectations that the other people in the crew have about Amber. Everybody's expecting great things. They're expecting that things will pop off. They're expecting that they'll make a lot of money, that there'll be a lot of views, that there'll be a lot of super chats. But what if there isn't? I don't think that the expectations are going to match the reality. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. It's going to take some time to settle in for them to figure it out, but like they're just so many expectations. I mean, I heard like there was a individual over there, I'm sorry, I don't know the name, saying that we're going to eat off of the controversy. Well, you may not eat as well as you think. It's just once they get her on panel and the realization hits that they've got somebody on panel that's not going to be really participating in the conversation, or the vibe changes because they can't go in on Amber like they do each other. Then there's going to be talk of like, why is she even here? We can't talk to her. And there's a lot of subjects surrounding her that we can't even approach. So what conversation are we supposed to have with Amber? How are we going to do with her like what we normally do with each other? You see, it changes the vibe when you're bringing somebody in and the same rules that normally apply to everybody else don't apply to her. Like you got to change the game just with her. It's going to lead to a lot of internal beefs and a lot of internal problems.
I think she's a little aware of that, but I think her desperation for money will trump the actual things that she could progress her channel in. This is going to solidify her as a joke, essentially. And aligning yourself with the lolcow universe, while financially it might be smart, it might be, I don't know as though that's the best route for Ambi.
It's not the best route for her, but it's even worse for Keemstar, because I think she's gonna nearly ruin his channel. It's gonna be external, it's gonna be internal. There's gonna be a lot of complaining, not just from within, but also outside. Because the people that normally go to the lolcow universe to watch, they're going to be complaining about Amber. Like, this bitch is boring. Why do you even have her here? She's adding nothing to the stew. You see, there's no seasoning here. It's bland. Like, the energy is different. They're going to hate it. They're going to absolutely hate it.
In the moon, we have Eerie Eric, also reversed. Are you letting your fears get the better of you? Reversed, the moon shows that you're feeling withdrawn, nervous, and scared. Are space aliens really out to get you? Is Eerie Eric actually as sinister as he appears to be? Or are you letting your wild imagination run away with you? It's time to face your fears. Only then will you see things as they really are. I don't know. I think there is an element of worry with Keem and Amber in regards to this venture. I think he's worried she's going to flake out, that it's not going to be this big payout like he essentially, I think, thought to himself it would be, and probably promised her it would be as well. Who knows? Who knows? I think he's also nervous because of how much shit she has been getting already. If she quits out, I mean, the thing's kind of done for, right? But with that, let's see what the other signifiers are. All right, universe, show us Amber's signifier in this relationship with Keemstar. This one just slid out on its own. Ooh, the Hanged Man reversed. Oh, Little Rose. Delays, standstill, resistance, stalling, indecision, fear of sacrifice, a lack of control. While this definitely does usher in a lack of control era, she can't control anything. She can't control the conversation. She can't control what she even talks about, what the audience talks about, what the audience is asking her. She can't control a lick of it. So
Exactly. It is a whole different ball game when you're a lolcow and you're used to being in your own pasture and you can control what goes on in your own pasture. You can control the narrative. You can control what people hear. You can control what you say. But it's a whole different game when you step on to somebody else's platform and you're having to deal with things in real time. You can't control the questions that are being asked. You can't control what the audience is going to say. You can't control the provocation. Everything's going to be hitting you all at once. And if you're someone like Amberlynn Reid, that you're used to lying your way out of things and scheming your way out of things, can you think fast enough on your feet to keep your composure and not run off at the mouth and say things that will not only get you in trouble, but it might be a bad look for that platform? Before we jump back into this, though, like one thing I want to say before it slips my mind, and I'm sorry to already keep stopping so much, Ankle, but I got to say this. Let's talk about Amber's rebranding, because I've heard several comments from people over there that if she goes onto the lolcow bus or the lolcow universe, that it is a chance for her to rebrand and show people a different side of herself. Here's my counterpoint to that thinking and that way of feeling. The people that are over there that are the cows, that are the hosts, yeah, they're messy. They're all messy. But that's exactly why Keemstar has them over there, because they are messy. They're messy and they know it. And he knows that they're messy, and that's why he brought them there. But part of what goes on is they are real with their messy. Their messy stuff that they've done in the past gets brought up, gets discussed. Like they go through a sort of hazing, if you will. But if you're going on lolcow universe to rebrand yourself and change the public's way of thinking, how is that going to be possible if you're someone and you refuse to be real? You're not ready to get real and like let it all hang out, get raw. And how is that even possible? If you are determined to stay in your lie bubble and you don't want anybody popping it, you can't really rebrand until you get real about yourself and you take the opinions and the feelings of other people and you process them and you respond. It's not possible. If you got somebody behind you who is your boss telling other people, don't go at this person. Don't ask them these hard questions or start pressing on them about relationships or pets or any other thing. If this person's being protected from the questions, the criticisms, there's no way that a rebrand can happen. If you're letting that person stay in an ego bubble, you're allowing that to happen. Whereas everybody else on panel, their bubble got popped and they got thrown on the fire and toasted. How is she going to rebrand if they are allowing her to keep her ego bubble up and it never gets popped? The bubble has to get popped in order for any kind of rebrand to happen. Just want to throw that in there. Sorry to interrupt.
This will be interesting. Right. This is for Keemstar's signifier in this relationship with Amber. Temperance. Okay. I think it kind of resembles back to the unease, I think, or unassurance. Is that the right word? He's unsure, really, I think, about this kind of business deal as much as she is, kind of stuck. I think Keem is still heavily weighing out his options: balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. I do see him having a lot of patience in this. I think he's ready just as much as anyone else to really dig into her, but he's going to wait until the mainstream, when he can be monetized and profiting off of it. All right, universe, show us their shared energy. Ooh, the tower up.
There it is. There it is. There's a tower card. When I was reading on Amber, that card came out. And like I said, I was on Discord and another tarot reader, and that card came out. And I didn't even watch the ankle first. And now the ankle is pulling the tower card. This is going to go so incredibly bad. Very, very bad, especially if the attitude is, we are here to coddle her. We are not here to make her get real and give her the criticisms. The LCU brand is not about coddling the cows. It's about exposing the cows. It's about making the cows get real with themselves, making them admit to the things they've done. Right? Putting it on display and making them admit, yeah, I'm a messy cow and I've done some things. And, accountability. There's some accountability there. And if you lie and you mess up, then there are punishments. So by coddling a cow, you're kind of going against the brand that you've built, right? It would seem so. So them coddling Amber, or Keemstar coddling Amber, it's going to go horribly bad. Like trying to say, you're here to rebrand yourself. I'll be honest with you guys, though. I think that they're just telling Amber what she wants to hear. They're coddling her for now. She is the new pay pig, and they are looking to profit off of her. And as I mentioned before, I think it goes all the way back to when Girl World went over very briefly to the LCU because of the foodie stuff. And FFG and Yaba were on panel, and Keemstar made a lot of money that night. And his eyes lit up. And I think ever since then, he's been trying to figure out a way to tap into Girl World and bring them over and possibly bring the money over with them. Like he sees Girl World as an untapped gold vein and he wants a piece of it. And he's a businessman. He's an opportunist. And I think Foodie being demonetized and Amber being demonetized, like everybody has said, he's been wanting Amber on the LCU for the longest. And now that she's demonetized, He sees an opportunity and he's going to jump on it. And he's been working hard on this, and he's hoping that her misfortune will lead to his fortune. Like in essence, the strike when the iron is hot. Well, he thinks the iron is hot, so he's going for it, but he's going to lose more than he gains, especially if she's treated with kid gloves and they don't do to her what they do to everybody else over there. Like, there's going to be a lot of questions being asked and a lot of arguments and a lot of dissension and people saying, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you paying her so much money? Why are we coddling her? We can't talk to her on panel. We can't ask her questions. We can't like poke at her. We can't do anything. She's just a face nodding her head every once in a while. And that's all she can do. It's going to lead to a lot of bad feelings.
Right. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, sudden insight. I think it's going to be sudden insight for Amber. I think she's going to be hit with the reality that not even Keem is really there for her in all of this. He's there for the money, and that's what she brings. So, hey, but I think that's really going to shake Amber up in all of this. I think she's going to have a rude awakening, but I want to do more readings in terms of Amber and this Lol Cow universe arc. We are going to pick a new signifier. Universe, show us Amber's signifier in this relationship with Lol Cow universe. That's a stack of cards. There we go. The Hermit upright. Ooh. A little appropriate. So the Hermit is sappy Sarah. Everyone needs time alone every now and then. The Hermit advises you to slow down and really consider your situation and where you're headed. Maybe it's time for you to take a walk in the woods for some peaceful time alone to think. Amber, a walk? Okay. A little solitude will clear your head. And who knows, you may just run into sappy Sarah or someone equally as awe-inspiring while you're out there. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. She can't even be bothered to walk Twinkie, but let's see. No, we're going to use the minor arcana for this one. Get a more in-teen kind of look. Now, no, let's just do how her first day is going to go. Let's just see. Universe, show us. How is Ambi going to be feeling on this first day? Actually, wait. All right. Show us how Amber will feel before her Lol Cow live appearance. King of Cups reversed, cold, bad advice, emotional manipulation, moodiness, self-compassion, inner feelings. Okay, I definitely think she's going to be feeling that. She knows that she's going into battle. All right, I don't think she's so naive there. I think her naivety comes with just how many people are actually like that interested in what she has to say. But I'm sure she knows she's going to be going into this with a chip on her shoulder, especially with everything that went down with Roxy. I'm inclined to pull this one, but I haven't asked yet. So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Universe, show us Amber's signifier, Amber's energy, while she's doing Lol Cow live. King of Wands, ooh, another king. Reversed, impulsiveness, ruthless, high expectations, haste, unachievable expectations. Ooh, Ambi, I really don't think this is going to go how you think it is, girl.
No.
And her impulsiveness will get to her. It's her mouth.
Yeah.
Now, she can't help herself but lie. That's going to get her into trouble. Hey.
You know what, Ankle? It's already got her into trouble. And you're right. Like, there's already a few people over on that side that do not like her. Roxy definitely doesn't like her and is already reading her for filth. Booster quit, but is back. There's not there's another person, I'm sorry, I forget their name, that doesn't like Amber because Amber tried to lie on this person and they called them out. So there's already like 3 or 4 people of that crew that do not like Amber. And that number is going to continue to grow because you're right. She's very impulsive with her mouth. she screwed up going on their Discord, and she was running her mouth all over that Discord, and the messages have been leaked. She was flirting with people, talking kind of inappropriately, and just not staying quiet until her debut. And I'm sure that Keemstar had to talk with her about that, like, hey, cool it. You know, and he had to reel her back in. But she's going to get on live panel and she's going to get mad, and who knows what she's going to say. And if she tries to lie her way out of things, then people are going to call her out on her lies, because it all goes back to, yeah, there's a bunch of messy cows over there, but accountability is a thing. You know, if you lie and you get caught in your lies, then people over there are going to call you out on your lies, which is going to lead to her being frustrated and angry and lashing out and then ultimately quitting.
Universe, show us how Amber's energy will be after. Ooh. Three of Pentacles. She pulls this a lot. Reversed, disharmony, misalignment, working alone, lack of teamwork, disorganized, group conflict. Yeah, I think there's going to be some workplace issues revolving around this girl. And I think she's going to make it Keem's problem too, but who knows? Here, let's ask the Magic Concha question. Magic Conch, will Amber quit Lol Cow Live?
I can think of 100 reasons why this is a terrible idea.
Okay. Would it be a terrible idea for Amber to quit Lol Cow Live?
Yes. Wait. No. Never mind. Definitely a yes.
Okay. Interesting. That was an interesting answer, because it's very tentative, right? It's like, well, yeah, this could be really beneficial for her money-wise, but we know Amber, while money strict, I should say, with others, is not money oriented necessarily. She needs her basic needs met, and that's it. She doesn't care about anything extra. That's why she doesn't have a savings. But Amber is emotionally too attached and too invested in what people think about her online. That's where that tentative, like, she'll make good money, but... So, I don't know, dude. That's interesting. All right. And then I want to do another couples, just a duo energy reading. Again, universe, show us Amber's energy. Oh, that's a stack, though. Is it at least two? No, that's a full stack. All right. Sorry. Show us Amber's energy. The High Priestess reversed. Interesting. Her mom pulls that a lot. Show us Roxy's energy. The Chariot reversed. Ooh, interesting. Wonder if we're going to get some stuff related to Tommy with that. So the High Priestess is Spacey Stacy. Reversed. The High Priestess indicates you're being caught up in the hustle and bustle, and that it's time to stop and reconnect with yourself. Let yourself daydream. Whether that means imagining multi-eyed aliens in intergalactic space battles or envisioning the life that you want for yourself in the future. Allow your mind to disconnect from the nitty-gritty of life and wander a bit. It will do you a world of good. Interesting. Okay. And then the Chariot reversed. The Chariot, when flipped, suggests that you're preoccupied with control and trying to force things to go your way. Determination is one thing, but be careful not to go overboard in your pursuit of your goals. Even Velocity Victor needs to know when to slow down and loosen the reins a little. You can't be in control of everything all the time. Sometimes you have to go with the flow and let things unfold naturally. I actually think that's a very interesting read for Roxy, because we saw girl is ready to go in on Amber's throat 100%. And I appreciate the shit out of her for that. However, if we're looking to just berate Amber, then I mean, fine, continue. I have no issue with that. But if we want to actually have like a real conversation, although I don't think a real conversation can really be had with Amber, she's a sociopath. But if we want a real conversation to be had, we will have to reconsider the approach, because we know how Amber is. If you say fat or you say anything regarding her looks. And now she's going off of, well, if you repeat any negative rumor about me, that just means you're listening to reaction channels. She's going to use that to discredit you. So I think that's where this card is coming from. I don't think it's talking judgmentally. I just think it's saying, like, listen, if we really want to get something out of this other than just berating Amber, which either or she deserves, then we might have to reconsider how we approach it. But yeah, to each their own. I enjoy either. Let's see. Universe, show us Amber's energy in this relationship with Roxy. Oh, whoops, I accidentally put these other ones back in here. Those don't go in here. All right, universe, show us Amber's signifier in this relationship with Roxy. The moon reversed. Oh, moon. Release of fear, repressing emotions, inner confusion, misinterpretation, darkness, insecurities. I do think Amber's insecurities will definitely be brought up because Amber's insecurities are her actions. We've seen enough evidence. Amber has no shame when it comes to the superficial stuff, which girl, whatever. I'm not saying you should be insecure, but her insecurities lie where her actions are. And that's what Roxy is going to bring up. All right, universe, show us Roxy's energy in this relationship with Amber. I'm feeling that one. The Hermit, upright. Okay, interesting. Soul searching, introspection, contemplation, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, consciousness. I do think that at the root of what Roxy wants to do here is she wants to figure out the truth. And
I agree with that. I think Roxy is all about, like, just be truthful, Amber. You're in the locale universe. You're a messy cow. It's time to tell the truth. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to our face and think that we're going to believe you, because the truth is out there and we can easily find it. Either you can tell us or we're going to find out later. And if you're trying to build something different over here, then you kind of have to be a different person. You can't be wrapped in an ego bubble and think that's going to fly. You know, like, there's an old saying, never try to bullshit a bullshitter, because they'll see right through you. So consider this, Amber. Like, you are going to be walking into an arena with the other gladiators. That they talk a bunch of crap. They're cows, same as you. Do you really think that you're going to be able to get away with lying to them and telling lies on panel? Do you really think so? I mean, you've been on there very, very briefly recently, and you lied, and you got caught more than once. You got caught multiple times. So what's going to happen when you get on panel with all of them for like a full scale live? Like, the lies that you're going to tell are going to be exposed. And the more you tell, the more exposure is going to happen. So is it a good idea to lie? I mean, Roxy has even said, like, Amber, she's been watching you for years. So she knows a lot of the lore. So do you think you're going to be able to get away with lying with somebody in the locale universe knowing a lot of the lore? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So Roxy is just searching for the truth. That's what she wants. She wants you to tell the truth. She wants you to be truthful. Because in truth, there is accountability, which is something that Amber and Foodie have a big problem with. They got a big problem with accountability and responsibility. They like to lie, and they like to think they can get away with their lies. But can you get away with telling a bunch of lies to people that, you know, like, they're as cow-like as you? Probably not. Never bullshit a bullshitter.
here for that. I'm here for that. I think this also kind of solidifies more so the stance that I think this card was getting at. So, yeah. We'll see come January 1st. All right, universe, show us their shared energy in this relationship. Judgment. Ooh, how appropriate. Reversed, self-doubt, lack of self-awareness, inner critic, self-loathing, punishment, destruction, ignoring the call. Well. Yeah, I do think Amber has a lot of judgment coming her way. I do, and I don't think she has prepared herself for that.
No, I don't think so either, Ankle. I think this is karmic for Amber. This whole thing with the LCU is karmic for her. Like, she thinks girl world is bad. This is going to be humiliation on a large scale, very large scale. It's going to be public. It's going to be live. It's going to be real time. And it's going to be real bad. Because the more lies she tells, the more exposure is going to happen. And yet that's all she knows how to do is lie about herself. And as I said before, there's already a few people in the LCU that don't like her. And she's been caught in her lies briefly, recently. So the next few lives that she does are going to be very, very, very telling. What's even worse, if she's one of those not a team player kind of people, which that is Amber, she doesn't play well with others. She does not want to play well with others. If she wants to fit in with the crew, then she's got to be a part of the crew. She cannot look at herself or treat herself as being special and hiding behind Keemstar and not wanting to get along with people, not really building a rapport with anybody, just being off in the VIP velvet rope section, if you will. Like that's going to work against her. Like they're all used to each other over there. They're used to talking with each other. They have a rapport. If she wants to fit in, then she's got to work to show that she is a team player and that she's on the team rather than standing 6 feet back away from the team and not really communicating or participating at all.
Just how much it's going to be. I mean, hey girl, get your coin. That's what you wanted. All right. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a minute since I checked in with Foodie, so I don't really know what's going on there. I guess we could do another just like quick little couples reading for her and Salah, see if anything has really changed, I guess. All right, universe, show us Foodie Beauty's energy. Ooh. The Fool. Upright. Oh, go figure. Show us Salah's energy. The Hermit reversed. Okay, we pulled the Hermit for him last time too, I believe. The Fool. Just as Rob Slob steps out in search of muddier pastures, you too are beginning a journey of your own. Whether you're on a quest for a new job, a change of scenery, or to find the grossest mud pit in the world, the Fool card indicates that this will be a long, life-changing adventure. Interesting. Okay, not necessarily bad, but I think in relation to Salah, that's a very interesting card for her to pull. The Hermit, Sappy Sarah, when reversed, the solitude of the upright Hermit card intensifies and turns to isolation and loneliness. Don't hide away, or you'll soon be feeling as sad and sorry as Sappy Sarah. You've been keeping to yourself long enough. Pursue new interests, gather with friends, and get back to exploring and enjoying the world. Huh. Interesting. Because I would argue that's what he did when he was with her, and her being so like, happy, optimistic. Interesting. Hold on. Magic Conch. Are Foodie Beauty and Salah going to get back together?
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun. I guess we have to wait and see, y'all. We have to wait and see. If that money ain't coming in, then it ain't happening. All right.
Nope.
Universe, show us Foodie Beauty's energy in this relationship. Ooh. Justice reversed. Unfairness, lack of accountability, guilt, dishonesty, punishment. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Universe, show us Salah's energy in this relationship. Wow. The Hermit again. I mean, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. Soul searching, introspection, contemplation, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, consciousness. Shows their shared energy together. It's multiple, sorry. Oh. The Fool reversed, holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk-taking. I see it being the same old. I think Salah is in a position where Foodie has something he wants. She has money, and easy money, too. Yep. And I don't think there are too many people that are just going to find Salah and think he's just, oh, so perfect and amazing. They'll pay for everything. That's just not how life works. So I think Foodie's going to keep holding that over him. She found someone in such a place of, I'm not going to say lack of privilege, but a lack of privilege in comparison to her privilege that she has as a Canadian woman. It's very different and it's very imbalanced. Mm-hmm. And I think she, as long as she always has that to hold over him, she's going to always use that. That's just kind of what I'm picking up, but who knows? Anyways, you guys, this is kind of a long one.
Okay, as far as that last card, Ankle, as far as like the both of them, I feel that there is manipulation going on, well, that's a wrong word. Let me use a different word. There is manipulation on both sides. There is advantage taking on both sides. I think that he's still stringing her along, giving her the hope that maybe she can come back to Syria. He's keeping the door open just a crack, giving her the impression, well, maybe you can come back. Just give it some time. Work on your health. Make some money. And Chantal, she's someone that she doesn't like to let men go. She likes to hold on to men and just treat them like sticks of bubble gum she can stick into her back pocket just in case she needs to pull one out. I honestly think that there's more players in this game than people think. Because I feel Salah on one side and Nader on the other. Chantal's been dropping all kinds of hints. She's trying to get Nader's attention. She's talking about him. She's mentioning to people that he's emailed her. And when Chantal wants a man's attention, then she'll start talking about him more on her channel. And she's been talking about Nader a lot. So I think that she's like a woman standing between two doors, and she's got one hand on each door holding it open. She doesn't want either one to close because in the past, she used money as a means to get attention and companionship. Her money is starting to run low, and she knows that if she loses Nader and if she loses Salah, like who else is going to come along and replace those men? Probably nobody. If she loses money, what does she have to appeal to any other man? Like I've been saying for a while, I think one of the main reasons why she won't let go of Salah is because if she loses him, who's going to replace him? But on the other hand, Salah was not the one she really wanted. She settled for Salah, but the one she's always wanted was Nader. She always wanted him. She tried for the longest to get him, but she couldn't get Nader. So she settled for Salah. Salah was the stand-in for Nader. And as we all know, if you settle for something, you're never going to be happy with it. The heart wants what it wants. So there's more players in this game than just her and Salah. Like but he's stringing her along and keeping the hope alive because he's in a prime position. He's over in the Middle East. He doesn't have to deal with her physically. All he has to do is take her money and keep that hope alive, and she'll keep sending that money. So they're kind of playing with each other. They are definitely playing with each other.
I don't know. Maybe it won't be once I edit, but let's do just some rapid fire ones. Universe, will Nova shower this week?
No.
Go figure. Universe, will Nova get a job this week?
I have deemed it to be so.
Oh, but without a shower?
Not possible.
All right. Well, you heard it here. Maybe he'll get called in for a second interview, but they're going to be like, oh, wow, he smells worse than before. No. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for tuning on in. Again, let me know if you have any specific reads of the ladies that you want for next week. I haven't been keeping up with what Rosie's doing, so no idea there. Gypsy, I mean, crazy. She's crazy. But we're more looking back at her older stuff now. But yeah, thank you so much, you guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe almost.
Great reading, Ankle. Very nice. And for those that have never seen the reading, I'm going to leave the original link for the original video down below in the description. Just take a look. And if you want, you can check out Ankle's entire channel and their content. But I just wanted to react to this tarot reading because I found it very interesting. A lot of good insight there. So what do you guys think as far as Amber appearing on the LCU? I think it's going to be a delicious disaster. A lot of people have speculated that she won't even last a week. Even before she appears, there seems to be some grumblings going on behind the scenes, some hostility perhaps. That's going to be interesting for when she goes live. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.